Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We're on another, I'm filming this on May 23rd, so we're in another 5-5 portal. My head always gets itchy before I do these, I think, because my crown is like opening up. Okay, so I do sessions on Tuesdays, so it always seems to be flowing. It seems to be flowing to do these readings at the same time because just when I'm really wide open, and then we're on a powerful energy day today. So again, I have no agenda. I'm just kind of jumping off and opening up with the intention for just bringing through whatever's in the highest and best for all concerned on all levels. And yeah, so that's it. Let's just see again. It's always a little uncomfortable as I get used to filming and doing these because no idea where we're going to go. And that's the energy of the new, isn't it? You have no idea where you're going, but you jump in anyway. Wow. Okay, so the first card we get is the Devil. So, yeah, well, it's temptation in this deck, but the Devil card, there's a lot of stuff going on outside here. Hold on a sec. Was a card thing. Let me get, oh, okay, here's another card that fell out. There's the Two of Earth again. We keep getting this one. So, you know, the choice, but also the balancing act. So let's just see if it wants to, how it wants to present. We have the Devil card, the Devil card came up in the last reading too. This is in my other deck. This is the Good Tarot, by the way. And so in the other deck, you know, it was a little different. It kind of presented more like, you know, codependency or karmic ties that, you know, want to kind of, that we're kind of trapped in, or that we haven't completed yet, or that we're maybe afraid to walk away from because it's all we know, or there. But in this deck, it's a little bit different. Like, look at this. So there's the chest with all the gold, and the apple, and the woman with her wings. And she's just, it's almost like she fell asleep in that realm. She's asleep. And even the way the bite out of the apple is in the shape of a heart, there's something about that where, you know, just that deception of like, oh yeah, you know, this is all about, you know, use a little bit of what the human soul wants to, naturally wants to feel and come into, and presenting it in a really distorted way to draw people in, but then you just get trapped. So, okay, anyway, I just remembered that came up last time. It's just interesting. It's the first card. Okay, so there's four cards. There's four cards. There's the Three of Fire. We've gotten this card before. You know, I'm kind of like, okay, so I started these on right around 5-5, right in that eclipse energy, that 5-5 energy, and now here we are, 5-5. So it's like, it's still kind of the same story. It's just kind of fleshing out from different angles. You know, if you're chipping away at the shape of a diamond, you know, you'll go this angle and you'll go this angle. So we're going different angles, but it's still the same story. So there are a lot of the same cards, but maybe told in slightly different ways, maybe for different scenarios in people's lives, or just to get a rounder picture, to like hit different codes in us. I don't know. I'm just saying whatever comes through, so I'm not like directing this. So anyway, Three of Fire. So this is the one, we had this card before. This was the card of moving on. This was the card of being guided, but let's see how it comes up today. Here he is again. This guy, we keep getting him, Page of Earth. This has been representing our new path, but this one comes first. So this is interesting. It's like we're making headway on our new path, right? What's the choice? What's the choice? The choice is between this old energy again. Maybe this is your first video, so you could either watch the other ones, or, you know, or just jump in. I'm sure I'll repeat myself enough, but anyway, so here's, you know, the old energy, we got kind of led into this, and now we're kind of trapped, and we're kind of asleep, and maybe we, you know, we just can't seem to get off that apple. But this this choice is here, and this new path is here. But again, this card of moving forward, again, this is the hawk, kind of like the hawk card for me. It also corresponds for me with the number 133 for some reason. It's just that energy of being guided, being guided forward, and that guidance and that forward movement having a momentum of its own, so that you it's like when you're in alignment, when you come into a certain level of alignment, and that is the energy of this new path. When you're in alignment, you don't have to play these old games of trying or hustling, or like counting your coins, or working at anything, maneuvering, again, the old games, the old ways. In this new way, it's the alignment. It's the alignment with our purity. This came up last time. The alignment with our purity, the alignment with our true self, our divine selves, that moves us forward, because then we're in it. Okay, so hold on. The next card that came up was the Four of Air, which is a card I often see this card as well, so do other people, but it's like it's popping up to me in this time as a card of healing. It's like we've rested for a really long time. We rested, we healed our heartache, we took the time out to be with ourselves. Look at her. She's just like, she's just figured out how to stand with herself, how to take care of herself. She's not trying at anything. It's kind of the opposite of this energy where I was talking about, like having to chase things or make things happen. She's just withdrawn. She's pulled back her energy to rest and to recuperate and to heal, but she's also pretty serious. She's just like, fuck this shit. Like, no, no more. What does she have on her head? She has, is that like peacock feathers? Oh yeah. She has peacock feathers. It's funny. I've never noticed that. I've had this deck for like 4 years or so. And peacocks are about shining your light. So, and she's holding a peacock feather too. Yeah, so she's like, I'm going to sit here with my light, and I'm going to get to know it, and I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to cultivate it. Okay. So we have the moving forward and the new path and this. So again, it's like what allows us to move forward effortlessly when we take the time to be in our alignment. And I'm noticing how at the very top here is this design, which I think is just a design on the card, but right here it feels like her, her access, her higher self. She's in alignment with herself. She's withdrawn from this game. She's withdrawn from looking outside of herself and trying to fit in and get it right and do it right and all that. She's with herself. So because of that, she's on this new path, and she's moving forward. But the other card that came out with it is the Four of Wands, which is the Unity card. And so this is often in some decks, like in the original tarot, it's like, the pillars, the celebration, the wedding, the union, but the pillars often look like 1111. So there's the portal where you've balanced the polarities. Your masculine and your feminine are balanced, meaning they're equal, right? I mean, obviously that's what balance means, but like, let's think about it. Like, they're equal. They're exactly equal. So then we can be in that 0 point. And what's that 0 point? That 0 point is where we can create. We can, through that unity, we can create. So that's what this is talking about. We're in that unity. We're in that alignment. We're unified within. We're not leaking our energy out by being distracted by things or pulled or trying to let others guide us, but it's often leading us astray, even if they don't mean to. If they're caught up in lower energy, then a distorted signal is a distorted signal. So we know that we have access to the purest signal within us, and might as well just look within, because that's the one that's going to be exactly right for us and our specific journey. So if we've been caught in this energy for lifetimes and eons in this sort of trapping system, and we're at this point now after this long pause, and this can also be, kind of the 2020 situation where everybody was sort of forced to pull back their energy, so we all got to know ourselves in different ways. We didn't have to get pulled into like, oh, you have to go out and you have to do this. It's like, oh my God, like I loved that year. I was just like, I'm never coming back out, and I really didn't. But yeah, and so we pulled back our energy, and we were able to to connect and to come into that self union, which has us on this new path where we're being moved forward. Okay, so again, if the choice is between the old way, and I know we keep talking about this, so if it's your first video, then I'll try to just say it as it comes. But if we're choosing between this old path and this new path, what's happening? We just got geomagnetic activity, KP4, so we're building up here. See if it keeps going. This old path and this new path. Then what is the new path? And this is what we keep exploring. The new path is one that kind of moves for us. Again, we're out of this old energy where we're trying to make something happen, and we're just flowing. So that's what I was saying about these videos. It's like, I'm not trying at anything, I'm flowing, right? Embodying this new way where we're in alignment. We're in alignment with the true energy of oneness. That's what I was going to say earlier, because what is the truth of reality is that this is one being, the nature, the animals, us, all of us, we're one being. So if we're in alignment with our own unique channel, then we're in alignment with everything, and everything just flows, and we just flow with it. Okay, so that is and again, these came out in a way, if I can hold them all, where he's in the middle now. Before he was in the beginning, and we were like, how do we do this? How do we do this? What are we doing? We know we have this choice. We know we've kind of, we can make this choice if we want, but even just, a week later, the energies keep shifting. It's like we're well on our way. We're being pulled forward. We're being pulled forward by the oneness that we all are, by the cosmic energy that moves and weaves and speaks, that we are a part of, that we've discovered that we are a part of, and we've come into union with that. We're in that union energy, whether we know it or not. We might still be playing out some of this energy. It might still, of course, it's still around us. We might still be entangled in it, but in terms of the collective energies and what has anchored on this planet and in the greater finally part of the collective energy, which is the dominating energy, whatever is, whenever the scales tip and there's a little bit more of see her, look, it's like scales, this or this. So we were like this for a really long time. This dominated, it's all we knew. And now we're like this. Something has shifted there. Something has shifted. And so now that we're in this energy, now that this is the dominant energy, it's like enough of us have gone through those trials where we have, okay, so look, all of our coins were in this, and say it was in this bank account, on this old timeline. But each time we had a choice in front of us, even if it was just like, okay, there's something very simple, like, I don't know, we have a choice to like be selfish or not, like I'll let somebody go before us in line, something like that, and you just choose kindness over, I better go first because I got to get home, and like, if I don't get home on time, and then you're like, wait, everything's in the flow and it's fine, so just let this person go first, and then something else magical happens, and then we're putting we're putting more coins, we're putting more deposits on this side. They're going from down here to up here. And we're adding, over years, and enough of us doing that finally this becomes the dominant vibration on this planet, or maybe in your town, or in your family, or in yourself. You have more of this than this, and that's how we flip these scales. That's how we flip these scales, and so that has happened enough and increasing, exponentially increasing every day, every moment, every day. We have so many choices. We're redirecting our focus, to the point where this is starting to take hold, and we're starting to be led. We're starting to walk it and to flow. So, okay, I'm going to pull out the other deck. 15 minutes. Oh my goodness. So maybe this will be a shorter one. This one again, the lack card, but let's see what it wants to come out with. Five of Pentacles. So can't have lack. The old energy, the old game. Yeah. Okay. And it comes out with the High Priestess, and I love her in this deck. I love this High Priestess. Are those moths? Probably moths. They're little fairy beings. But yeah, she's there with her inner knowing, and this is the highest octave of all the inner knowing cards, the Queen of Cups and all the symbols that can say, I remember my golden egg and all the things. She's the apex. She's the one that knows the most. So it's like her and her, right? If this is the bottom, if this is the most entrapped on that lower timeline, this is the most free. Okay. And then, this one is just how we feel when we're here. It's just an old energy. It's just an old energy that we're used to. There's something about her hands, look. And her hands. It's like she's not here anymore. She would be right here. She would be holding her. I mean, in a sense, maybe she is her. Maybe she is this one, our higher selves holding us. Our higher selves, our higher knowing, the part of us that knows, holding us through this transition. Because it is a big transition to move out of this energy. It's all around us. It's been all around us. We've played it out lifetime after lifetime. And so to make that, shift is... We really, and how do we make it anyway? We lean into that higher alignment. We lean into that higher alignment, but I feel like this is showing right here, like we're held, and we're walking ourselves through this, right? We're walking ourselves through this and knowing that it is our connection to our divinity and to the truth of reality, to the truth of this realm, which is that oneness, is going to carry us through despite any illusions. Look, the true heart's over here. Where you want to go. If you want to heal the world, then you should buy into this narrative, or you should, and if you don't, then wow, you're really awful. You're really harming humanity. You're harming the earth. You're harming this, look at it through this lens so that we can keep you here and feel really sad and feel really bad and feel really horrible about the world. And it's like, no, we already did that. We already healed that. We already sat with ourselves and connected higher. So this is going to continue to tug. It's going to continue to be that, that choice. Which way are we going to go? Are we going to remember what we did here? I'm getting all these things coming in. Are we gonna remember this and choose this again? Yes, we are. We absolutely are, because we have her now, which is a huge shift. It's like our higher aspects and our inner knowing is so with us right now. And I'm seeing this in sessions where it's like, because I do energy work, if you don't know that, and it's like it's changed so much. Like everybody's higher aspects are just like right there, and then they're doing things in the field, and then they're integrating into that embodiment. And that wasn't happening. That just started happening, like, I mean, it would happen with some people maybe like a year ago, but now it's just changing. It's changing because some, again, you know, I wonder if I'm tired today. I'm having trouble keeping track of. Usually I have trouble keeping track of my cards, but I'm kind of on it. But I'm a little slower today. I think I am really tired, actually. I had a really big weekend, and I had a lot of. Well, I had like a moment like this, where it's like just a veil got removed, and I'm kind of wondering if it's a collective. Well, it is a collective thing. Certainly, everything is. You know, and some of us catch the energies, you know, right away or soon after, and but at any rate, it's like this is definitely going on where it's like we're just being shown things, and it can be kind of exhausting because you know, sometimes, you know, this can feel a little scary, the contrast between these, you know, and then again finding that balance, because, you know, real creation, real harmony is a balance of light and dark.